Kia ora Aotearoa, I'm Met Service meteorologist Andrew James, and I'm here with a look at your weather for the next few days. But first today, Wednesday, which sees Gabrielle off our shores really and driving in a southerly wind that's bringing in wet conditions to the central part of New Zealand. That's the eastern part of this part of the map there. And then looking at today, we really have these warnings here in place. So we have southern Wellington and Wairarapa, we have the Kaikoura coast in northern Canterbury under an orange rainfall warning, and we have a watch down in northern parts of Canterbury. So do stay up to date with all the latest information on those at metservice.com. But the rest of today's weather, we do see this wet weather spread its way north at the moment, mainly affecting the southern part of the eastern part of the South Island, and then moving on to the North Island again to bring some more wet weather tonight. Looking ahead though to tomorrow, we see that front spread farther north and bring some unwelcome wet weather to parts farther north of the North Island, especially in the east there, where we are going to see some more additional rain on top of what's already fallen. Also in the west, we are looking at some shower activity, and that's really driven by cold air high in the atmosphere, allowing those buoyant showers to bring some decent precipitation in some spotty locations west of the main divide there. So looking at your icons over the northern part of the North Island, we are seeing partly cloudy conditions and really just a few showers throughout the area. These are mostly going to be into the afternoon hours as that cold pool moves over. You can see some pretty scattered precipitation in the southern part of this map, and then over in the east looking like a bit of wet for Gisborne again. Then looking at the bottom of the North Island, we've got that warning in place for this part of the map, but farther north that front does lose a bit of oomph as it passes. We are just looking at sort of scattered showers there in the morning and into the afternoon as well, where the rainfall does continue in the capital right throughout the day. On the top of the South Island, wet conditions start to ease off for Kaikoura. Windy conditions continue a little, and then into the afternoon, the wind is there, the rain is gone, but sunny down the west coast of the South Island. And for the deep south, we are looking at a little bit of drizzle around in the morning, and then that burning off into the afternoon, leaving plenty of sun for those inland areas there. Then looking ahead towards the end of the working week, we really do start to lose the last of that wet weather associated with Gabrielle, and a ridge of high pressure does move over and really settle things down a good bit on Friday. And a similar story really over the weekend as well, with more sun continuing then. But for Friday, we do see some wet weather in the morning hours for the east coast of the North Island, and then drying out. And then for the South Island, we have a little bit of rain early on in Christchurch, but that easing off, and then sunny conditions generally across the island here. Then the weekend, the ridge really starts to make its presence felt on Saturday with drying out of both islands there, plenty of sun on the map. But then this front down south does start to make its way up the South Island on Sunday, but it really does lose its oomph as it moves north, and the North Island holds on to that ridge of high pressure with sunny conditions to end the weekend. That's it from me, but you can stay up to date with all your latest weather information at metservice.com.